We've got one person on here. We're a little bit early. Well, actually, no, we're not. We're right on time. It's 9 o'clock. It took me 2 whole minutes to figure out how to do Facebook Live. They changed it since last week. And so I think I figured it out. Hey, Kristen. Hello, Christine. Aviance. All right. I can print my hair for a minute here. There we go. All right. So we're starting to see people get on here. Let me just try to get my camera at the right angle. All right. So I'm very excited for lots of reasons. Number one, I'm very excited about this very cute border on my video. I didn't know you could do that. I was just playing with some new features on here. I'm very excited to be here in my RV coming to you live for the first time. And I'm also excited because we're going to be talking about 6, I can't count, 6 new products, hopefully, if I don't yak too much and we actually get through them all. So I am Deanna Nichols. I'm a Blue Diamond wellness advocate for doTERRA, and I have been using doTERRA essential oils since October of 2011, so it's almost been 6 years. It'll be 6 years next month. And so I've been doing this as a business since 2013, and I'm very excited to share about the oils because they've been life-changing for me and for thousands of my friends and family all over the world. Our team is called Oil Shares, but we welcome viewers from anywhere. If you're just new to oils, if you are part of another doTERRA team, whatever, we are just really glad you're here. I have this weird shadow on my face. I promise I don't have, do I have weird marks on my face? What is that from? That's so funny. I thought it was a shadow, but it was really something on my face. Okay, moving on. So we are going to talk about some new products that just came out. doTERRA, we just had doTERRA's convention in Salt Lake City, Utah, the 6th through the 9th of September, and we released 9 new products and 11 new products, I think. Yeah, 11 new products. And we went through 5 of them last week, and I was yakking too much and too excited, so we didn't get through them all, so we're going to talk about some more tonight. Stick around, though, because if you do not have a wholesale membership to doTERRA, I'm going to explain to you how you can get one and why you want to do it now, because there's a really amazing deal going on right now at doTERRA, and so stick around to the end. It's going to be about 30 minutes. I will try my best to stick to that. All right, so let's dive right in. Let's talk about yoga for a second. I will be honest, I have never, well, I can't say I've never done yoga. I did, what do you call that, Wii Fit yoga one time, and they were like, sorry, you suck, come back when you have more muscle strength. They literally, the thing told me to quit. That was back in the days when I was really struggling with my health and I was trying to do something for my body. And it was very discouraging when the equipment was like, nope, sorry, you can't do this. So I've been a little nervous to try yoga, but I have been doing Pilates this year, and I know that there's lots of things that are very similar about that. And one of the things that is important with things like yoga and meditation and Pilates is the mind and body connection, is really just trying to calm. Yeah, Wii Fit has no tact. I agree. I should sue them for like self-esteem issues or something. But it's really important to calm our minds, especially the more busy your schedule and the more stressed you are, the more important it is to have some type of activity that kind of just like grounds you and calms you and helps to reduce anxious feelings and stress. And so yoga is one that I would like to learn. I would like to have somebody who knows what they're doing to teach me. I don't think I am a fan of group classes. So any of you guys out there want to travel the country in an RV and teach me private yoga classes, let me know. But you don't have to do yoga to get benefits from these. These are amazing blends, and you can use these for meditation. Anybody can do meditation. There's lots of programs out there. Free programs actually that will help you with that, to help you to learn to just calm your mind and your spirit and focus on positive things and just allow, God to speak to you. And so these oils are really helpful, and they're just helpful in general for emotional support. So let's talk about some of them. I'm going to refer to some of my notes a little bit because I'm still new to these oils too, and I'm still learning with you. The first one is called Align, and it's a centering blend. Okay, so it's just kind of like getting you in the right frame of mind. And there are lots of oils in here that help you with self-acceptance, which obviously I should have had when I was doing the Wii Fit. yoga. It helps with fluidity, and obviously that's like getting your body moving, and also encouraging harmony. So the oils that are in here are, it's really telling when you look at the oils that are in a blend about what that blend might do for you. So some of the oils, bergamot. So that would be where you're going to find helping you with feelings of self-acceptance. Bergamot's really good for the self-esteem. And so that's why that's in there. Marjoram is in here. That is great for soft tissue. So as you are stretching your body and moving your body in different ways, that's really going to help with that. Also about fluidity and flow, both marjoram and jasmine, which are in here, are both really great for supporting healthy blood circulation, blood pressure. So that's why those would be in this blend. And then rose is in here, geranium, lots of flower oils, which are always very calming. Let me smell this one because I've forgotten what it smells like again. It has a very clean scent. It's kind of like, I smell flowers, but I'm not a big flower person. But I can smell a little bit of the herby smells in here. So I'm picking up the basil, the geranium, or not the geranium, the basil and the marjoram. And so it's a really nice light smell. Would be great in a diffuser, okay? Then you've got your anchor, and this is like one of my faves. I really, really like this one. It's called the Steadying Blend. And it helps to ground you. It helps you to feel complete, calm, courageous, gives you a steady foundation. And if you've ever done yoga before, or Pilates or anything like that, it is important that you have a good stance and that you have good form. Like with Pilates, you're working on your core muscles, which support the rest of your body. And I would imagine this same thing with yoga. And so, but as far as emotionally is concerned, just having like a good foundation and knowing who you are, the things that you stand on, the things that you believe in, also just having the courage to stand up for what you believe in, to move forward with your purpose. And that's why you're going to smell some of the spicy oils in here. Anytime you have a spicy oil like cinnamon, cassia, you're going to find clove, you're going to find those feelings of courage and safety. And that's why they're in here. And then of course you have your tree oils, which are always very grounding. So patchouli's in here. And you don't really pick up the patchouli, but patchouli in a blend is very different than patchouli by itself. I've never been a huge fan of patchouli by itself, but whenever you mix it in a blend, it does like kind of solidify the blend a little bit. Actually, Kristen was sharing a blend that she had made the other day, and she added some patchouli to it and said that it just made the blend just all kind of come together. And that's a good oil to use in general. Like lately we've been moving and getting ready to go from being in a house to being in an RV and traveling a lot. And my son is very sensitive to change. He likes routine. In fact, I do too. So I totally relate to him. And I've been using patchouli on the both of us a lot, just so we kind of feel grounded wherever we are. And so this is a good blend for something like that. If you've got changes coming up in your life and you just need to know that no matter where you go or what you're doing, you're still you, and you still believe what you believe, and you still are who you are, even with things going crazy around you, chaos around you, people misbehaving and not being loving around you, you can still be you. And so this is a great oil, again, for emotional support and also for those physical activities and for meditation as well. So oils are great to use during meditation because we know how when we breathe in the oils, it affects the amygdala in the brain, which has immediate effects on our emotions. And so if you're trying to get your mind to be calmed and get off of stressful things that are in your life, anxious feelings that you're having, these oils are going to be great for that. Okay, we're a few minutes in, so I just want to remind you guys that if you are not a wholesale member of doTERRA and you're visiting our video tonight, we would love for you to mention that you're here, number one, where you're from, like New York or Australia or wherever you're from. And if somebody personally invited you to watch the video, please mention their name. Otherwise, we'll know that you're just a fan of our page here, and we're happy to have you. We just want to greet you and make sure you feel welcomed here tonight. So, and you can always ask questions. How do I use my patchouli? Usually, I'm a fairly, like, I don't want to say lazy oil user. I'm a very simple oil user. I do a lot of oils on my feet. just because I don't feel like, you know, I guess if I did them before I got dressed in the morning or something, it'd be a lot easier to put them in all the places. But a good place to put patchouli would be at the base of the spine if you can get to it. Otherwise, the feet is a really good place, and that's perfect for grounding. There's other oils like sandalwood in here. That's good. Cedar wood, lots of tree oils, and that makes sense for feeling like anchored and rooted. That sounds like a tree, okay? So anytime you need to feel those feelings, tree oils are going to be good. Okay, and then the third yoga blend, which these are all in a little kit, a yoga kit together. This third one is called Arise, and it's an enlightening blend. This one lifts your mood. It's like helps you to feel happy. It helps you to focus, and it helps you to kind of rise. That's why it's called Arise. To rise to reach your goals and fulfill your purpose. So this would be a really good one to use when you are looking at your vision board in the morning, saying your daily affirmations, whatever your morning routine looks like to get your day started. This would be a really good one. And I love the smell. It has like sort of a sweet smell. I think I'm smelling some of the citrus in here. But what's cool is one of the new oils is in here. Siberian fir is in here. So you've got citrus, fir, melissa. This would actually be a really good one for respiratory, and if you're dealing with some kind of cooties, this would be really good as well, just because of the oils that are in it. But it smells amazing. I can't put it down. It's like something you want to eat, some sort of fruit. It's wonderful. And we know melissa has really high cootie fighting properties, and also really high brain and emotion support. And so that would be a really, really good happy oil to put into your daily routine. So the three of those together is a kit. It's going to go for $52 wholesale. It'll be 50 PV, and of course those come out with the new oils on October the 2nd. Of course they did release Siberian fir and Copaiba early, so you can get those now, which is super cool. And if you attend a post-convention tour before October 2nd, you can go ahead and order the post-convention tour, the kit, and you'll be able to get the oils early as well. Okay? Let's see. What else do I need to know about that? Okay, so I think we're good on those. Now let's talk about this really cool product. I'm wondering if this is open. This one's not open yet. But this is On Guard, and we're calling it a sanitizing mist. And the reason we have a lot of On Guard products, and if you were at convention, they talked a lot about a study that was done. Gosh, Deanna, was that Vanderbilt or was that Johns Hopkins? I can't remember. But they did a study where they literally just mixed a little On Guard with water and sprayed it on surfaces, and then tried to get different pathogens to grow, and they couldn't get it to grow where they had sprayed the On Guard. So we know that this is a very, very effective hand sanitizer. There's lots of hand sanitizers out there. The commercial ones that people are using all the time, I just cringe when people use those because they are absolutely full of toxic things. Okay, so first of all, they're antibacterial. We know anything that's labeled like that, antibacterial, is going to kill the good bacteria as well. And also it is usually has a pesticide ingredient in it, which is extremely bad for you. So we're encouraging, especially people that work in the medical field, they have that foam that they use like before they enter every patient's room. They would be much better off to go back to washing their hands with just regular soap, like unscented, not antibacterial soap. And so there's just so many things wrong with hand sanitizers, but we have one that has actually been proven to kill 99.9% of pathogens, and it has no harmful ingredients in it. It does have a let me see if it tells you. Yeah, it just has a little bit of alcohol in it to help it to kind of carry the oil, because you know when we make our own, we mix it with water and we have to shake it up every time, and it just doesn't carry the oil as well. So the alcohol is going to flash off right away. So I mean, if you have an issue with using alcohol, then just make your own like we were doing before. This is a convenience item. It's kind of like Deep Blue Rub. You know, I've had people ask me about some of the ingredients. It's not made of like unicorns and rainbows, okay? For something to be thick like that and to stay on your skin longer, there's going to be some ingredients that aren't 100% natural. So whenever you're looking at an essential oil by itself, that's 100% natural. So if you don't like some of the convenience products, then just either make your own or just use the oil straight. And you can certainly do that. You can always put a drop of On Guard in your hand and rub your hands together. I just like the spray. You can spray surfaces. You can spray like your shopping cart handle. You can spray like when we got on the plane after convention, I immediately sprayed the tray tables and the little buttons for the air thingies, because those are full of bacteria. So I sprayed that with my On Guard hand sanitizer. So again, it's a convenience item, but you can make your own just like we've been doing for years, and it's going to work great as well. So just some fun facts for you about why we need hand sanitizer. They were sharing with us that the average person, look at me right now, touching my face. I've probably touched my face like 15 times in the past 15 minutes. The average person touches their nose or face 18 times per hour. You know what we should do is every time you see me touch my face, you should hit your sad button to let me know that I'm touching my face, and we'll go back and count them and see if I did it 18 times. Germs pass from your nose and mouth to your hands and back where it came from. So a lot of people 30% of people are carriers of staph, and it's up inside their nose. So we're touching our nose and we're spreading that. Let's see, 80% of disease is caught by direct or indirect contact, either interacting with somebody who carries germs or touching surfaces that those organisms are living on. 80% of disease is caught by stuff not being clean. Ew. Remember, if I touch my face, hit your frowny face. Let's see. 1 in 3 people do not wash their hands in public restrooms. Seriously? Is it really that many? 1 in 3? I wonder if people only do that when they're in the bathroom by themselves. Like, because I don't see people come out and not wash their hands. Thanks, Jaya. You're so nice. It must be this like border around me. 2 out of 3 people do not wash their hands after sneezing or coughing. That is gross. I always use hand sanitizer after I sneeze or cough. You know what? I don't know if I do it after coughing, now that I think about it. Ooh, I definitely do sneezing because I feel something moist on my hand, but coughing, sometimes I don't think about it. Okay, well, this is gross. 4 out of 5 people don't wash their hands after handling money. Now, I know that is disgusting. Money is gross, and everybody touches it with all kinds of nastiness on their hands. 164 million school days are missed each year due to illness. So there you go. That's why we need stuff like this. And of course we have diffusers where we can put our On Guard oil in. We have our On Guard beadlets, lots of On Guard products, but this is just going to help. This is something that you can just keep in your purse, in your car. We have them everywhere already because we just already love these. Okay. So that is product number 4. We still have 2 more. Let me look at my notes. Jasmine and Rose. I'm so excited about these. For those of you guys who haven't been around for a really long time, you may not know that the only way that you could get Jasmine and Rose oil would be to win it through doTERRA. They never sold it. Who touches money? I don't know. I never have any cash anymore. I use my credit card. That's probably dirty too, though. Your cell phone is really dirty too, so spray your cell phone with your On Guard. That's disgusting. We all set it on like our bathroom counters and ugh. Anyway, back to the good news is that Rose and Jasmine were always oils that you could only win, and they're just really hard for doTERRA to have a good sourcing for them to have enough to offer it all the time, plus a really high cost. So for example, jasmine, it takes 2,100 petals of jasmine to produce a 5 milliliter bottle. That's one of these like small type bottles. And so you can imagine like the price point was like a couple, $200 or $300 for that bottle. And that was out of most people's price range. And that's because of the number of flowers it takes and the amount of labor. They actually go out at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning to pick the flowers as soon as the sunlight hits it, so that the compounds that we want to get from it aren't lost. And so it's just a very labor intensive process. And so they came out with a way to offer it in a touch. So anytime you see that something is in a roller and it says touch. So we have products that come in rollers, but they're not touch. Just because it's in a roller doesn't mean it's a touch oil. So pay attention. But if it says a little touch up here in the corner, then you know that that means that it's got coconut oil in it. Plus, if you read the ingredients, it will say coconut oil. doTERRA likes to put everything that we have in the bottle on our label, You will find that that is not a common practice in the essential oil industry, sadly. People put things on the label that aren't even in there, and they leave things out. If you want to see how many people are guilty of doing that, how many companies that you think you are good companies, there's a Facebook group called Essential Oil Consumer Reports that you can join, and there's like a whole bunch of different random tests that have been run by independent people, by the independent people have paid companies to run testing on all different brands of oils, including doTERRA, and you can see that people's oils that are supposed to be 100% pure contain petroleum products and plants that are not supposed to be in the bottle. Sorry, I'm trying to find a position to sit in. I'm on my bed and it's just super uncomfortable. Sorry, hopefully I won't knock this over. So, doTERRA does put all of our ingredients on the label, so that's how you know. So that's what makes this more affordable, is that it's a 10 milliliter, but it's also diluted with fractionated coconut oil. So they've made it affordable for us. Let me see if I can see the price on here. I don't know if it says it on here. I'll try to look that up for you. If anybody knows, feel free to share that below. My daughter had a baby. I kept applying On Guard Touch, and women in the waiting room told me it was affecting her breathing. Okay, so On Guard Touch. So all of the oils are safe for every age and every stage of human life. Okay, that's the first thing. But remember, the smaller the person, the less oil that they need. And so when we're talking about some oils that have really strong smells like cinnamon and clove that are in On Guard, then you want to just make sure you're using less oil. So if you've got a small little newborn baby, I mean, their foot's probably like this big, you can just draw one little line down their foot. That's plenty of oil. And putting that on maybe maybe like twice a day, or if they have some sort of illness, 3 or 4 times a day is plenty. Beyond that, you're absolutely not going to hurt their breathing. There's probably because of some misconception that is out there about the horrors and dangers of eucalyptus, which is contained in On Guard. And, there is a lot of science. doTERRA has an article out on doTERRA.com about why that is totally bogus. So again, if you're talking about verified pure oils, which doTERRA's are, you can go to source2you.com and you can type in any single oil that we make since May, that's been produced since May, and you can see the testing that's been done. So we actually verify the purity of our oils. Otherwise, yeah, it could be really dangerous if you think you're using there's another brand that has something similar to On Guard, and it contains petroleum products. So yeah, if your little newborn baby's inhaling petroleum products, I would say that's pretty harmful. So again, you just want to be making sure that you're using verified pure oils. And so they're probably correct in general, because most essential oils, you really don't know what's in them. But since it's doTERRA, it's totally safe. Just be conservative on the amount that you use and how often you use it. I hope that answers your question. Thank you, Jenny. Jasmine's $42 wholesale, and it retails for $56, but of course we don't sell our oils at retail because friends don't let friends buy retail. But $42 when you have a wholesale membership, which I'll tell you how to do here in just a minute. And so that is super affordable compared to what we would have had to pay before, if it had even been available. So Jasmine is wonderful. We mentioned earlier, sorry, my notes just closed by accident. We mentioned earlier how it's so great for healthy blood pressure support. It's also really good once your body has shifted has had that hormone shift that puts you into labor. This can not accelerate is not really the right word I'm looking for. It can make your contractions more productive. Okay? The goal is for you to open up and for the baby to come out, right? So this isn't going to make you have contractions or start labor, but it will help once labor has started, and you can put it on the reflex point for your uterus, and that's on your ankle, and that's a really great way to use it. Okay, jasmine is actually not an essential oil. I don't know if you know that or not. It's an absolute, and that's just because that the distillation process where they use the heat to bring out the oil, that is just too delicate of a flower, and so what happens is it uses a different process, and it kind of pulls oil and waxes from the petals and then separates the waxes out, and then we use the remainder of that. So that's why it's considered an absolute, and it'll say jasmine flower extract on the bottle instead of essential oil. Oh, did I touch my face? I'm guessing I did. I didn't even notice I did it. See how many times we do? That's awful. Okay. It is it's more intense than an essential oil, and that's why the smell will really linger. I have to tell you, I'm not a big fan of jasmine. I feel like it's very strong. Some people really love it, and but the smell is really, really, like, it really does carry. Ooh, my earring just jumped out of my ear. Applying over your heart or on your pulse points is good to help maintain healthy blood pressure. It is good for central nervous system, and that obviously controls the functions of your mind and body. So if you're looking for central nervous system support, putting this on the back of the neck would be really good. This is also good for people who suffer from sexual traumas in their past. Oh my gosh, did I touch my face again? Sexual traumas in their past, healing from sexual traumas. This can be a really important oil for that. Just really good oil in general for the reproductive system. So you can apply this over the lower abdomen. That's always a good place to put it. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything I think I wanted to say about jasmine. And then we've got one more, which is rose. I am so excited about this oil. This has always been my favorite oil, but we've had to, I know I touched my face that time. We've had to get it through, most of us have had to get it through the Healing Hands lotion, which I still think is a great way to get it. But now we've got it in this roller, which is also a touch blend. And you can just roll this right on, even little babies. Yeah, I sort of touched my forehead, so that totally counts, Sharon. Rose is strong too. I think, let me see if I can find, it says it takes 8,000 roses and 242,000 petals to make a 5 milliliter bottle of rose. So again, this is just really powerful. Anytime it's a flower oil, you know it's going to help. It's going to be calming. This is very good. There's a study on the NIH's website that tells you that this oil is really good to help regenerate nerves that have been damaged. And I've been using it just for that. And I'm starting to actually see some progress, which is very, very exciting because I do have one area on my hip from my car accident, whenever that was, over 2 months ago. And I've just had some real struggles with that one area on my hip, and I've been putting this on, and I'm starting to see some improvements. This is also, who was it? Yeah, Johns Hopkins did a study on pathogens with the oils last year, and they found that rose was the most effective on, like, almost any pathogen, if not all the pathogens. And so if you are dealing with any kind of a pathogen, rose is going to be really good. So if you have any kind of an eruption on your skin that is of a concern, rose would be a really, really important oil to use. I'd also use Melaleuca anytime I'm using an oil that's fighting a pathogen. I would also include Melaleuca because we've learned that that oil helps to break down the film, the biofilm, that covers and protects that pathogen, and this will help, the Melaleuca will break that junk down so the rose can get in there and zap it. So this is a really good oil to use. You guys are so funny. Are you even hearing what I'm saying or just counting my face touches? So I've been using this on the back of my neck just for brain support. I'll tell you a little secret. It's probably not a secret. I've shared it many times, but after my son was born, I really struggled with postpartum depression for quite a while. I would say at least 6 months, maybe 8 months. And, it's kind of a joke around here that we kind of like, we have our rose, and John would always like keep our rose bottles hidden so that I wouldn't use it because it was so expensive and you couldn't just buy it. You had to wait once a year. You could try to win it. And, I don't think I even won it last year. So, you know, we've been like hoarding our rose oil, and he actually cracked out the rose oil and put it in the diffuser a few times when I was struggling because it is so good, especially after pregnancy, to help with getting those hormones back in balance. So is jasmine, and those oils are just really great for all kinds of female issues. Let me see if there's anything else here that I failed to mention. It helps balance the moisture levels in your skin. So it's always a good skin oil. So people are telling me, you know, I have this itchy issue, this irritation on my skin, and I used to always say to use the Healing Hands lotion. You can totally do that, or this is already mixed with coconut oil, so this would be perfect for that. Reduces the appearance of skin imperfections. Oh my soul, yes. So if you have some sort of a blemish or something on your face that you need it to clear up right away because you have some sort of event to go to or whatever, rose is definitely the right oil for that. We get this from Bulgaria, by the way, and that's also where we get our lavender oil from. We have a distillery there that we use. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to say about rose. I just want you to try it. It's so wonderful, and I'm so grateful that we have it available to everybody now. It has been something that only a few people had access to, unless through the, I can't find my earring back, unless you got it through the Healing Hands lotion. And so I'm just super grateful that everybody has it. So now let me tell you how you can get your hands on these oils and others. Number one, we mentioned earlier about retail. You know, we don't want you to buy the oils at retail just because you will be paying 25% more. And if you get your own wholesale membership to doTERRA, you get the oils at 25% off retail, plus whoever you choose as your enroller, the person that sponsors you as you get your membership into doTERRA, that person is going to be responsible for helping you learn how the oils work, to help you reach your health goals, and they also will plug you into a bigger community of oil users like the one that we have at Oil Shares, where you can ask questions based on the experience of other oil users and just get lots of encouragement and support on your journey. And that's very important. The community that you join as you get your wholesale membership is just as important as the quality of the oils that you find in doTERRA. And so make sure that you talk to the person who cared enough about you to invite you to this video, and hopefully they've shared their oils with you and spent some time helping you, and you want to contact them and they will help you get started. When you choose your starter kit, ask them to help you look at the different starter kits that are available. For example, the Home Essentials kit is a really good one to help you get started with the top 10 oils doTERRA offers. And if you do that in the month of September, then in October you'll be eligible to go ahead and buy some of these new products that have just come out. And when you do that, if you place a 100 point or a $100 oil order in October, doTERRA is going to give you a free Lifelong Vitality Pack, which is our #1 best-selling product. It is a nutritional product, and I will tell you that the oils work so much more effectively on the foundation of good nutrition. I cannot think of a better nutritional product than our Lifelong Vitality Pack. Everybody who uses it raves about how wonderful they feel, how much energy they have. There's just better sleep, better mood, lots and lots of reasons why it's important. It just fills in the gaps of your nutrition, and you'll get that. It's over $100 in value. You're going to get that for free in the month of October. So get your wholesale membership for free when you choose a starter kit. Once you choose your starter kit, then we'll help you place an order in October for the products that you want. Maybe you can get some of these new ones that come out, and then you will be able to get the free Lifelong Vitality Pack. Also, the person that gets you started in doTERRA, most likely they have some free promotional items that they give away as well, so check in with them about what their promos are, and we hope that you'll be able to get your wholesale membership started in the month of September so you can take advantage of that Lifelong Vitality offer. That's a wonderful offer. We only do that one time a year. Okay, we're out of time. So we'll be back here next Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I don't know what we'll talk about yet, but if you have some ideas about topics you'd like to cover next week, please share them, and we'll be happy to think about sharing on a topic that interests you. I know one of our most popular things to do is a Q&A where you can just ask me questions throughout the event, and that's great. If you didn't have a chance to check in if you were a guest and let us know who invited you, then please do, and I'll try to get back and read through all your comments if I miss them and try to respond to you. I appreciate you all being here. See you back here next Sunday. Have a good night.